You know what time it is, bitches.
Do you like this place? It took me the better part of a decade to perfect it. Every stone and flower tells a story. Tales of how things were, how they ought to be. I thought about destroying it on more than... I know. Ask and I will answer truthfully. Just know that the truth... You expect something grand, but I promised you the truth. I am only what time and circumstance made me. Son of a lost house, friend to a fallen king. Some will tell you that we are the product of our choices. I've never I am whatever the people need me to be. A guardian, an oppressor. For some, too distant. For others, too meddlesome. I am the canvas upon which they paint their dreams and resentments. A vessel for their hopes and doubts. A mirror, nothing more. I don't. But my companions, Vivec and Almalexia, see their divinity as essential. Godhood brings them joy and purpose. They find meaning in the theatrical. Who am I to deprive them of that? Almalexia defies simple analysis. I doubt she could even describe herself accurately. To understand Almalexia, you must first understand the value of fiction. Vivec fancies himself the poet, but in truth, AM is the greater storyteller. Vivec knows the boundaries that separate fact from fiction. He knows them so well that he's learned how to break them. He exists inside his verse, but recognizes the lies, the contradictions. He both does and does not believe his own tales. She believes her tales implicitly, as does everyone else. Her capacity for deception appears limitless. She sows lies like a master gardener sows seeds, and the harvest of trust and adulation is breathtaking in scope. Not in the slightest. As I said, we are, all of us, bound by our nature. Almalexia does what she does because she cannot do otherwise. It will not end well. But then, even the best endings rarely bring joy. Vivec is my brother. He knows my struggles, and I know his. That knowledge makes our relationship complicated. To truly know someone is as much a curse as it is a blessing. Regret. We are bound by that, at least. He also suffers a kind of enslavement. Not unlike my own, in fact. Beauty holds the keys to his shackles. Beauty and a love of great works, great heights. His appetites are insatiable, thus his despair. Yes, a poet's despair. Vivec craves writable freedom, the death of all limits and restrictions. He wishes to be all things at all times. Every race, every gender, every hero, both divine and finite. But in the end, he can only be Vivec. Not even remotely. I sometimes ask myself the same thing. May I confess something to you? I suffer from a peculiar ailment. Shall I describe it? I bear the cruel weight of certainty. Total, absolute, relentless certainty. People rarely comprehend the luxury of doubt, the freedom that comes with indecision. I envy you. Indeed, but such questions are flaccid, cursory indulgences that come and go in an instant. The truth is that my actions, both good and evil, are inevitable, locked in time, determined by chains of action and compelled. This city serves a noble goal, the redemption of Tamriel, the unification of competing forces, the destruction of the Daedra. Unfortunately, it is an endeavor built upon a lattice of corpses. Betrayal, untold horrors. Do you understand? Maybe the word I covet above all others. Hold to that word, my friend, and never let go. I instructed Devaith to run from the battle that is to come. Now, I urge you to run toward it. Long ago I brokered a truce with the princes of Oblivion. This pact bound 8 princes to an oath that they would never again set foot on Tamriel. Nocturnal was not present when the princes signed the Cold Harbor Compact. Thus she flouts its restrictions. Now, this is important. Nocturnal does not act alone. 2 other princes lie in wait, Clavicus Vile and Mafala. Schemers. A prince of foul bargains and a prince of lust and conspiracy. They pose a significant threat to mortals when they act alone. When they act in concert, especially with Nocturnal present, the threat becomes existential. I have preparations to make outside my clockwork realm. You must stay vigilant. Take heed of any Daedric incursions and stand ready to fight. The prisoner wields great power, making reality of metaphor. We will need you before the end. fool's hope, perhaps. I should explain. Look around you. All of this exists because it must exist. I stand here, in this place, in this moment, not because I wish to, but because I have to. A result of action and consequence. Clever, but incorrect. The prisoner must apprehend two critical insights. First, they must face the reality of their imprisonment. They must see the determinative walls, the chains of causality that bind them to their course. I have, but I fall short of the second insight. The prisoner must see the door to their cell. They must gaze through the bars and perceive that which exists beyond causality, beyond time. Only then can they escape. I see only unsteady walls. If the people of Tamriel must exist inside this cell, I will make sure that the walls are stable, the gaps are sealed, and all who remain stay safe within it. You expect something grand. I don't. Al-Malexiad, Vivek knows the battle. She believes it, not in the slightest. As I have preparations to make outside my clockwork realm. You must. Do you like this place? I know. Do you like this place? I've met few heroes like you. Very few. I take this matter of the Triad upon myself, but in truth, you may be the one that saves us. The prisoner who frees the world. We shall see. Farewell.
He's my favorite. So a beetle would not be considered a hard-shelled foe?
This is a great area for harvesting. I love cities. The rude people, the noise, the chaos. Is it strange that I find it comfortable?
You won't even hold a discussion? Set didn't teach us to discard.
Friend, the court requires your services.
Please tell me you have her. Thanks for taking... I'm glad you want to help, but don't work yourself sick. Take a break. It's true our bellies never...
Oh my gosh, what?
Help someone in need?
Magistrix Vox nearly destroyed Selphora, just because the people refused to bow down to her.
I have important business back in Vardenfell. I can't be late. I need to leave.
Forward, it cries. Forward to the fruits of cheap ambition.
Let's ride.
I have important business back in Vardenfell. I can't be late. I need to leave.
Forward, it cries. Forward to the fruits of cheap ambition. Forward to the promise of everlasting kingdoms.
By the word of Set, I am bound. Greetings, resident. All documents pertaining to your citizenship have been pressed and archived. Thank you for your interest. Go forth and create. Reflecting. Reflecting. Information found. Sequence plaques CCHW-04, CCHW-03, CCHW-02, CCHW. Information restricted due to current citizen status. Please contact a local Clockwork Apostle representative for more. The Brass Fortress thanks you for your cooperation in this matter. All citizens are entitled to a reward for this service. Go forth and create, citizen. By the word of Set. Internal function audit in progress. Please try.
Why does everyone think the law doesn't apply to them?
Is this how machines feel as their gears wind down? It's wondrous, isn't it? Elegant, meticulous, timeless. I once took joy in studying the perfection of this realm, but now every revolution of the great gear only tightens the vice in my chest. Tell me, then may I impose on you as a fellow seeker? For all my learning, I can think of no escape from my predicament, save one. An experiment performed by one of my order, for which she was cast out from the Clockwork Apostles. I need you. Terere Helladrin was ahead of her time. It was fear that led to her expulsion, not reason. I see that now. Please find her. Tell her I'll make it right if she'll save my life. There is no one among the Order I can Terere has been gone a very long time, but her ill-fated experiment created a persistent disorder in the grand schema. Its motions are chaotic, but not entirely unpredictable. Following it may provide some clue to her whereabouts. Age Seeker. Too many grains from the hourglass have gathered in this humble body. They've worn its workings so thin. I don't think it will be long before I join the inert, but I'm not ready. There's still so much to... We were some of Tamriel's best and brightest magi, invited to the Clockwork City by Sotha Sil to attend his experiments and learn from the greatest mind in creation. We believed she was meddling with forces that were solely the domain of the Clockwork God. A backward, emotional response one might expect from followers of a less enlightened deity. Destroying her notes and shunning her idea, Terere's ambitious experiment resulted in a factotum going haywire. It reduced portions of the Brass Fortress to shambles before taking its rampage. Age Seeker.
Oh, hi there.
Raynor, you let him walk all over you. There's a difference between cordial and compliant.
You told me to play nice with others. Now you complain? I don't have to listen to this. I'll finish exploring on my own.
Sorry you had to hear that. Our family feuds aren't usually so dramatic. Raynor always requires a delicate touch, but he's... That whole shadow business. I didn't like the way Raynor let that high elf artificer with a dwarven control rod up his arse order us around. My brother didn't deserve to be treated so poorly. I just wish he believed it too. Before I wounded his pride, we were planning to explore this marvelous machine world. He charged off to prove he didn't need my help, and we know how that's going to turn out. I'll let him cool off, but could you make sure he stays out of... What I said to Raynor was pretty harsh, but he can be so infuriating. Look, he might be a brilliant artificer. Unfortunately, he's a terrible dungeon delver. Without me, he's going to get lost or hurt. Just don't mention me when you see him. There are so many intriguing possibilities, I'm not sure which one he tried to tackle first. If I were my brother, I'd start by heading into the Radius. We talked about using that gulch with the outflow pipe as a base, so maybe begin there? Like Kwama warriors fighting for the affection of their queen. We're siblings, of course we have arguments. Raynor's a thinker, and I'm all about action. Our differences make... No. Raynor needs some alone time. We both do. No sense starting the same fight all over again. You go talk to Raynor. Help him work things out so we can get back to our usual...
Right behind you, partner.
Discussion. Set didn't teach us to discard knowledge whenever. Even so,
Kirith doesn't appreciate my contributions to our partnership. She thinks I'd be lost without her. Well, I'll show her. My superior intellect easily outshines her bravado and... That's a generous offer, but I find your sudden arrival somewhat... convenient. Did my sister send you after me? She really does think I'm as helpless as a newborn scrib without her, doesn't she? It's a fascinating place, isn't it? So much to see and learn. People in the Brass Fortress told me about a number of sites. We simply have to go and see them for ourselves. The possible discoveries, they boggle the mind. There are a number of locations I want to examine. I added them to your map. Lead on, and I will follow. Don't worry. I'll provide any assistance I can, but I have to admit I'm not much of a fighter. Same way as you, I imagine. We were looking for the ruins of Barm's Amshend beneath Mournhold when we came across a tiny... There are a number of... Same way... Stern. Physically intimidating. To be honest, she scares the scrib jelly out of me. Did you know she was once an Imperial... Same way as you?
Let's hit the trail. Yeah.
The Resonant Sphere. One of Sothasil's minor marvels. There! Did you hear it? The same tone that the central spire emits during the night cycle. Let me tell you what I discovered before we move on. Did you notice the perfect symmetry? The total roundness of the form? And the way it reacted to simple, magical impulses? Incredible! If memory serves, the chimes sounded similar to the ones that ring. Applying magic to the sphere provoked an oral response. Perhaps Sothasil utilizes different frequencies of sound to perform his divine workings. On the other hand, Lord Set might just appreciate good music. Tribunal doctrine strictly defines the consequences of questioning the methods and mechanisms of our living gods. The apostles here in the Clockwork City emulate Sothasil in their own ways. So any questions I ask seem tame by comparison. That's close enough. Don't want to disturb the, wildlife. Those machines must be pumps for moving the lubricant throughout the Clockwork City. Fascinating. I have what I need. We're done here. I wonder how the lubricant winds up in the Veil. Every time I answer one question, 3 more appear to take its place. I'm glad you asked. I surmise that a correlation exists between the lubricant and the dead organic matter inevitably created in the Clockwork City. It has to go somewhere. I speculate that those pumps distribute the grease. But the fabricants consist of both flesh and machine, and so do the apostles. While the Dwemer were masters of mechanical construction, Lord Set took it a step further by adding living material to the mix.
hit the trail.
I saw this from a distance and was instantly intrigued. There's no rhyme or reason to its function, at least none that I can ascertain. Maybe one day I can return with an entire team. What a magnificent monolith! I wonder if the workings extend into the subterranean levels below us. Maybe that's where the true functioning takes place. That's what I've been pondering since making my meticulous inspection of the site. It's a conundrum. Despite what that Slagtown trader told me, I don't see any method for determining what time it is. Kirith uses intuition and leaps of logic instead of sound deductive reasoning. But it works for her. More often than not, actually. She thinks the tower is part of a vast underground mechanism that makes the city function. We need to go back so I can tell Kirith. Damn. I can't believe I let a stupid argument cut my sister out of this. She should have been here. Not that I don't appreciate your help, mind you, but Kirith and I... It does, doesn't it? I'm not sure how to proceed. The complexities of social interaction are Kirith's speciality, not mine. She's my sister and we're a team. We work well together, but she did use some harsh, hurtful words. What do you think? You're right. We just proved that I can be a successful explorer on my own. I don't need Kirith. She needs me. Let's return to the Brass Fortress so I can give...
do you think you'll make with that?
There you are. I was worried sick about you.
Can't you see I'm busy?
Where have you been? Is Raynor all right? I've been pacing around the Brass Fortress, worried sick and waiting for you. He does he? I suppose that's only fair, since I saved a few choice words for him too. We're partners, and partners don't abandon each other over a minor disagreement.
Anyway, Kirith, I have something to say to you. I'm your older brother, and I'm a genius. I deserve better than to be scolded as though I were a spoiled child.
Oh, you do you? And is this you not acting like a spoiled child?
There. You did it again. That's just mean.
Oh no, but...
Partners don't treat each other that way. Or at least, they're not supposed to.
About time. I'm proud of you, big brother, finally standing up for yourself. That's what I've been telling you to do all along.
Okay, thank God.
You... well, I mean, what did you expect?
That's what I was
always
hoping her
take
reaction
your
would be.
advice to heart. We are partners, after all. I should have done that ages ago. It feels good to stand up for myself and give my sister a piece of my mind. Now we can get back...
I don't know what happened out there, but thanks for bringing my brother back. I suppose you had something to do with him finally growing a spine. I appreciate that too. Maybe now.
Open for business.
Finest quality merchandise.
Right behind you, partner.
The Muth-Nam monks use an ancient Daedric artifact to heal. All right, you pile of bolts. Let's run through it one more time.
What am I running through?
Inventory, of course.
Understood. I will run through me.
Sovngar, take me now.
Let's go!
Who are you? Give me one good reason why I shouldn't reduce you to dust where you stand. He what? No. Absolutely not. That experiment cost me everything I held dear. I was a fool to try it. Sovor of all people should know that. The only thing I want is to put an end to Bolan's misery. You want to make things right? Help me free his soul from its machine prison. Do that, and maybe, just maybe I'll be willing to remove the Black Soul Gem from his factotum body and return it to me. He'll resist you, and as that machine, Bolan is extremely dangerous. He nearly killed my lover when I was still an apostle. He was mortally wounded in an accident, beyond any hope of survival, but I couldn't accept that. I was enlightened, so I saved his life by transferring his spirit into a factotum. Bolan's consciousness took over the factotum, but the experience changed him. He always had a wild, creative mind, and I confined it to a cold, rigid prison. That stifled existence was too much to bear. It drove him mad. More than certain. Every moment that he lingers in that mechanical shell is torture. For both of us. Just don't damage the Black Soul Gem. Honestly, I'm not sure you could. But just be careful. Bolan's moods are unpredictable. In his rare lucid moments, I try to reach out to him. But no matter what I try, I only ever seem to get him worked up into a frenzy. Seeing him like that makes me wish I wouldn't blame him if he killed me. I don't know. I'd like nothing more than to smash it into 1,000 pieces. But there's no guarantee that that would redeem Bolan's soul. I've been so focused on finding and stopping that factotum that I haven't really considered what would come after.
Come and take us!
I want to go home. I just want to go home.
You need to keep moving.
Dust aside, the equipment is in good order. We just need the vessel, and we can begin.
Is that them? Have they returned? The world feels so heavy now.
This is dredging up so many unpleasant memories. Please tell me you've managed to show... That's something, at least. I've agreed to attempt my experiment again with Sovar as my subject. He's promised to petition the Order to end my exile, if I'm successful. But I couldn't care less about that. I just want this to be over. The truth is, I need Sovar as much as he needs me. I think the only way I can safely extract Bolan's soul from the gem is to offer it something in exchange. Who knows if I'll ever have another willing subject? Can I count on your assistance? I'd like you close at hand in case Sovar has a similar reaction to the experiment as Bolan. Throw that switch when you're ready to begin the transfer. I'll keep watch on the equipment from... It's begun. Now would be the time to pray.
I have faith in Lord Set's tenets. Observe, learn, apply. Trust in his grand design.
Yes, it's sublime. This order.
Y'ffre, I can feel. Thank you. I can feel.
I think it worked. Please, please let it have worked.
I don't feel myself, but I don't care.
I can't breathe. I don't breathe. Instead, I whir and click. It's not so different. All cogs drive the mechanism. Removing any one from the chain, no matter how small, results in failure. I would no longer exist without the both of you. As promised, I will ensure Terra's reinstatement to the Order. All I have never been better. I may never be better. I only regret not undergoing this self-improvement sooner. The Order was faulty in denying Terra's genius. There is one place where my condition would not be considered unusual. The Asylum Sanctorium. The resident alienists there can best evaluate my psyche. A stable transference will be welcome news. They will need to be convinced of many things. My authenticity, my condition, Terra's reintroduction. Have faith that their flaws will be corrected. Continue the quest for understanding. It has always been my purpose, and I have never been better suited for it. In this form, I may labor as tirelessly as Lord Set.
Is it him? Is that really my Bolan, or just what's left? Will he hate me? Will he even recognize me? I know. It's better than not knowing. Always wondering, but... thank you for ending this. I need a moment. Bolan? Is it you? Speak to me. I need to know it's still you, please.
Terrary, when did we get so old? It's time now, isn't it?
It is. You're free now. I'm sorry for all the pain it caused.
Enough tears, love. We're liable to rust. There. That's the smile.
Did you see? Bolan! It was him. He seemed whole again. Oh yes. He does seem to be coping well, Or he's at least more sedate in his insanity. Don't worry. I'll keep watch over him, and make sure he doesn't lapse into... He'd been suffering for so long. I'm glad his passing was a peaceful one. I have to hope that wherever he finds to rest, he's the same beautiful soul I remember. I'd mostly accepted that there would be no end to my punishment. I don't know that I can believe all this might work out in the end. I'll be watchful, not hopeful, for a while yet. I will try. I haven't had much cause for celebration in a long time. Out of practice. Sover seems convinced that the Clockwork Apostles need a mind like mine. I won't hold my breath waiting for them to agree. I'll keep in his company for a while, at least until I'm convinced he's stable. After that, maybe it's Sovor's faith and Sophaciel's wisdom, or his willingness or understanding of the transition, or maybe he's just better suited to it. Bolin wasn't a Clockwork Apostle, and I made that choice.
All right, you pile of bolts. Let's run through it one more time.
Let's ride.
What am I running through?
Inventory, of course.
Understood. I will run through the inventory.
Oh, Sovngarde, take me now.
Welcome to Lord Set's Gleaming City.
Yeah.
Fate needs you, Proxy. Fate has noticed your talent for altering destiny. Reality hangs in the balance, as does the future of Apocrypha and Nirn. Fate has noticed your talent for altering destiny. Reality, we are bound together by a common danger. Enemies of Hermaeus Mora threaten his realm of oblivion, and in so doing pose only a mortal Proxy can deal with the threat and save both Apocrypha and Nirn. The fates of both realms are linked, and you are the key to preserving reality. Without you, everything unravels. Help avert this disaster, and Mora, the one who knows, instructed me to give you this. A condensate of planar potentialities. You will not understand. It is ink. Take it to the Manos cistern, a ruin near the city. Pour the ink into the water and your path will become clear. Have you never heard of the Daedric Prince of Forbidden Knowledge? The Lord of Fate? The riddle unsolvable? I am astonished how little the mortals of our tiny world.
Ifray, the singer, the storyteller, who resides in the now.
My husband, Ninglanel, went for a walk yesterday morning. Said he wanted to get away from the squabbling at Eldenroot. He hasn't come back. I went looking for him. Yes, thank you for pointing that out. The last place I saw our dog Eat was near the fork in the road that leads to Cormount, just west of here. Take this whistle. Use it when you get to the...
Eat. That's a hilarious name for a dog.
Ironic. Huh. We come back to my homeland and I'm the one that falls into a ravine. I used to scale these rocks like they were stairs. I guess none of us are immune to the ravages of time. Just give me a second and I'll head back home. I knew Eat wouldn't leave me here to rot. Ms. Zahabi will be worried sick. Thank you.
Eat.
Practice makes the master.
Wait, dude, you could have walked that whole time? What the fuck?
Right behind you, partner.
Smell that? The air here. It's almost sweet. Be wary. There are vampires. Sabon. I lead a small band of vampire hunters. We heard rumors of an infestation of the feral monsters in this region. We are going to kill as many of them as we can, until they overtake us, or we've wiped them. Good. 4 hunters is better than 3 any day. Closer than you might think. Zungard! Agalir, come meet our new friend.
No need to shout, Subon. A new recruit, eh? I hope you can keep pace. The blood will run fast and thick when the vampires attack, and I can't watch your... Gods, I hope so. But don't let Agalir hear me say it. Superstitious Redguard. I say you don't become a vampire...
Are you ready to take the sword to these aberrations? Oblivion's oath? That's all I need to know. Anyone who tries to harm us will answer.
Looks like you've made your introductions. Time. All right. Pay close attention. I'll try to be brief, but if we don't all focus on doing our job, we're as good as dead. Take this bloodstone. Don't lose it. It has the power to turn water to blood and whip up a ferocious hunger in the most sated vampire. When the time is right, we're going to use it to lure the vampire lord out of his hiding. Listen closely. This is the plan. We're going to lay a trap in the abandoned village up the hill. Zungarg, you guard the west gate.
No one's getting by me.
Agalir, you're on the ridge by the east gate.
May the divines guide my bow.
I'll take the north. Our new friend will use the bloodstone to lay the bait in the well at the center of town.
I love this part.
Well, blood will spout forth, and it'll draw the vampire lord won't sit by while we thin his flock. If you see him, whistle. If everyone's ready, let's get into position.
Whoever kills the fewest bloodsuckers buys the drinks.
Don't joke, lest the divines punish your frivolity.
You filled entire graveyards.
Excuse me. Did you know my husband? What brings you to my husband's grave? I don't think we ever met. My husband was a guard for a merchant caravan. One day, he found a magic amulet on a dead man laying in the road. Almost overnight, he became despondent, and when he spoke, he would only talk about the bed. No, nothing worked. I even paid to have the origin of the amulet divined, and learned it was crafted in Cormount. Surprisingly, my husband volunteered to go, but he was found dead not far from town. If you have the amulet, I suggest you find a way to be rid of it.
coming from the stables. Something in the old smithy. Stay sharp. I could kill these things all day. They are swarming out of the longhouse. Stand firm! That's the last of them. Good work.
Did you need...
Damn it! What went wrong? The Vampire Lord should have appeared by now. Everyone was in their places. The plan was working perfectly. This doesn't bode well. I'll go west and see if I can find Zungarg. You go to the East Gate and look for...
Oh, poor thing.
Oh no! Not Agalir! No. Not Agalir! I'm such a fool. Clearly the Vampire Lord saw through. No. No body either. That's no comfort. When dealing with vampires, the lack of a body usually only means one. We need to keep looking for Zungarg. And if he's... Oh, praise Stendarr! There he is! I never thought I'd be so happy to see that stupid orc.
I followed the Vampire Lord right to his lair. It's in the cave, north of town.
Quick, follow him! Slay the Vampire Lord! For Agalir! It's as I feared. He's turned. You'll pay for this, vampire scum!
Pour blood on your hands.
Wait, what? The orc is on his side?
Meet me outside. I need to get out of here. So that's it then. The Vampire Lord is dead, as are Zungarg and Agalir. I'll bury my friends. Then, I suppose I'll seek out more companions in the next vampire lair. I can't rest until this scourge is wiped from Tamriel. Zungarg and Agalir felt the same.
Why did we just kill Zungarg then? Did the Lord bite him or something? Like...
You're no bandit. Not like the others, at least. Watch where you step. Bandit corpses get... Bandits running themselves onto our swords. Drove them off for now. Thing is, there are far more bandits than we have swords. With so many afflicted by the curse, we can't hunt them down and kill... Magical sickness? Shaman Bogum handles all that. Me, I guard the gate. Know anything about stopping curses? Head inside. Shaman said he needs another set of...
Oh, I've never felt this bad. Never.
You'd better not be another bother.
Yes, I'll have the poultice ready in a moment. Wait, who are you? Curse? No, no. My bloodkin are loyal to the last, but at times they're thicker than troll dung. It's clearly poison, though how it affected so many is indeed curious. Why do you... Then here, take this list. Everyone who fell ill had 3 similarities. They ate food cooked in the same pot, drank water from the same well, and wore clothes washed in the same stream. Bring a sample from each. I've dealt with sickness, broken bones, and plague. This is poison, I have no doubt. Symptoms are very similar to bites from the spiders in our tin mine. I'm thankful none have died, but it's damn inconvenient. The bandit attacks are relentless. I won't know anything for certain until I get those samples.
hopping mat. I don't have time for fools.
Have you collected everything? Good. This should only... Clothes are fine. The poison wasn't in the stream. The meat is cooked past the point of edibility, but no poison. If it's not in the well water, we'll need to rethink this. Wait, do you smell that? Ha-ha! That's it! It's in the well water! The poison was in the well water. Even better, I know exactly what kind. Spider venom. Enough to incapacitate, but not kill. Odd. Mingling with water in such a fashion would require a variety of alchemical compounds to die. I'm saying it's odd, that's all. What's important now is the antidote. The venom is common to the spiders infesting our tin mine, but I'll need a concentrated... Look for broodmothers. Their venom sacs are potent, and durable enough not to pop when you smash the filthy creatures. They hate the light, so you'll need to search the deepest parts of the mine.
What?
They made their choices. So be it. No remorse!
You, outsider! Bandits broke into the village! Bandits rushed the gates and scaled the walls. There's not enough of us to drop Broken Arm. It's nothing. Stand with us!
That's the last of them. Taste our steel!
What do you want?
I don't hear the sounds of battle. Are the bandits driven off? Then I'll distill an antidote immediately. With so many poisoned, someone deliberately poisoned our strongholds well. The sickness began the day of the bandits' first attack. It couldn't have been them, not directly. You should speak with Moramat.
Ew, one of
Chief Dushko's wives. She's tended the chief since he fell ill. You've shown you stand with the stronghold, and for that, you'll remain welcome. But if you wish to stop the poisoner, you'll need her approval.
You've proven yourself bloodkith to our stronghold. If any here would call you outsider, you are welcome to answer with the back of your hand. Now, what is it you need? Yes, he convinced me there was never a curse. Know that while Chief Dushko remains ill, I speak on his behalf. I'm his hearthwife, and I say the poisoner must be brought to justice. The sickness happened before the first bandit attack. None are missing from the stronghold. The poisoner must be among us. Can't be any of the victims. Speak with the unafflicted. Find out where they were the night before the sickness began. Return to me with their tales, and we can find them.
The antidote will be ready soon. Then we can get everyone back. Wonderful. Good luck to you. Oh, you want to question me? A bit pedantic, but I appreciate a thorough approach. In the woods, collecting herbs for poultices. It's a good thing too, after the bandit attacks, I've used nearly all of them. Look, if I wanted to kill everyone, I would have done it right the first time. That's what troubles me. If the poison was meant to kill,
well?
Ah, the hero. What do you want? It's shameful for the raiders to do such a thing. They must have dropped the poison in the well during one of their attacks. If you say so. It's been a blur. Can't he... Checking and oiling weapons in the Longhouse? Bad for the bandits when they attacked. Still, if you say so.
The sound of a hammer on iron is a beautiful thing to hear, whether in battle or at the forge. But our mine produces tin. Once the chief is back on his feet, I'll be the new forge wife. Then the sound of a hammer on iron is a beautiful... Once the chief is back on his feet, I'll be the new forge wife. Then we'll see who gives the orders. Not that you care. Go. Right here, stoking the forge while my apprentice ran errands for Moramat. Think she can take her away, make my work shoddier? Ha. Besides, temperature changes can ruin the metal. I didn't... Shored up defenses, repaired weapons and armor for the few warriors left standing. Haven't you heard the ring of my hammer? Used it on a few bandits, too. Bandit helmets can't take 3. If I'd wanted to sabotage the stronghold, I could have the walls topple or make shoddy blades that crumble.
The stronghold survived because of your help. We won't forget this. I wish we were back in the mines, even with all those spiders. At least, seems a week doesn't pass without a spider bite in the mines. It comes with the job. I suppose old bites and dizzy spells kept me safe from the poison. I don't know what else to say. Nothing. I'm a horrible liar. Everybody knows it. Look, the chief got sick. We have a history, and I don't want Moramat to think I poisoned him, all right? That'd be terrible. Is it that obvious? I mean, no, nothing like that. The chief and I disagreed over the mine's value, but we resolved things. We don't see eye to eye on trade matters, but I'm no traitor to this. Getting battered by Sharnog. I always end up bruised, but I'm a better warrior for it. Sure, half the village saw me getting knocked around. You can have...
Hello, Bloodkith. Heard you gutted some bandits in the attack. You mean the curse? Sure. I'll help any way I can. It's what I do. Most of our warriors are sick in their beds, or barely able to hold an axe. The curse couldn't poison me. Nothing can. When I find a new bug or beast, I don't just kill it. I eat it to gain its strength. Sometimes you, pay for it. But you've never truly conquered something until you've buried it in the ground. Training with Nemorath near the front gate. He opens himself to counterattacks when he lunges. Knew it would hurt him eventually. But he survived the attack, so he'll remember next time. Or not, and he'll die. He should really try to remember.
You'd better not be bringing more trouble.
What have you learned? Whose tales are false? I remember that. They were sparring for hours. And the others? Yes, he complained for weeks about his herbs. I finally told him to stop whining and get what he needed. He returned later with an armload of plants. Who else? That's strange. I didn't see Rakaz, and I was here all that day. Shakul's apprentice is rarely away from her side. Curse that girl. I hope her feelings for Gargak didn't drive her to my husband's brother, who challenged him for leadership. Rakaz was upset when Gargak lost, but that was nearly a year ago. You have my blessing to confront her. We must know if it was her, and if so...
Well?
What is it now?
The sound of a hammer on iron is...
What is it now? Now that I think about it, I checked the weapons the day before. The day everyone got sick, I worked here, in the forge. Fine. I'm the one who poisoned the stronghold. But what I did was for the good of my people. None of my bloodkin died from the poison. It only made people sick, just as Gargak showed me. His brother isn't fit to rule a privy, let alone our tribe. I'm sure she does. Don't believe everything she's told you. Gargak is no monster, and Chief Dushkul would be nothing without his work. I don't think so.
On top of it all, here you are.
Where is Rakaz? Was it her? What has the fool girl done? Never mind that. Shaman Bogum has almost finished his antidote. Once Reeman's Bluff recovers, our warriors will find these bandits and crack open them. I must remain here and see my husband recovers. If you're willing, you should track down Gargak and put an end to his Sharnak said most attacks come from the north. There are some caves, an old mine, and a ruined Imperial tower in that direction. If you find Gargak, do what you...
I should not have had all that garbage.
I've begun to distribute the antidote. It will take... What is it?
What do we have here?
Do you know the Code of Moloch? It's a simple code, but it's the one I live by.
Don't steal, so I aim to conquer. Don't kill your kin, and none have died in my attacks. Don't attack without cause, but I have more than enough cause. When my father passed, I was to become chief by right. But then my little brother challenged me for leadership of the stronghold. 2 schemers put him up to it, as long as he'd make them Hunt Wife and Forge Wife. They knew I had no respect for them. Not by my brother's skill. His future Forge Wife insisted we use matched weapons. As we fought, I grew lightheaded. My palms burned and I could barely keep a grip. But I fought on, and was no other explanation. The Hunt Wife poisoned the hilt, and the Forge Wife delivered a blade that shattered in its first melee. My brother must have known. Heard they died last month, some sort of fire. A shame. I don't see how. It's my birthright to rule, and my brother stands in the way. What do you mean? Base my mercenaries out of this tower? It's a central location, certainly. Overlooks a choke point through all corners of the Valenwood. But no, I'm a Reman's Bluff orc. Without a mine to work, I'd be nothing next to a played-out Imperial mine, I'd heard. And it's infested with trolls. Clearing them out will be no easy task. I suppose if there's ore in the mine, I could leave my brother to rot in the stronghold. But I'd need... And I'll send someone I trust to meet you at the mine. I can't just take your word on this. I'm sure you understand. But I'll hold my mercenaries back.
Didn't expect to see you again. I'm glad you came to your senses about Gargak. He asked me to verify any ore we find, so here I am. What do we have here? This is iron ore. I'll get some samples. Go tell Gargak that with this ore, we'll have the finest weapons in Grotwood.
Load your bowl, bitch.
Have you brought me proof? What did Rakaz say? She wouldn't say that lightly. With quality metal, I could rebuild this tower as a new home and drive my brother's tin profits into the ground. I'm an orc of my word. My quarrel ends.
Spirit of the trees, who taught us both what it is to be a tree and how to sing the tree's own song. sing and spin tales here in Valenwood in honor of you, Ifray, for the lessons you have taught us. For the songs you sang to us, and for those you sang to the other creatures of the wood.
Yay, cute, they're back together, the family.
I knew Eat wouldn't leave me. We spent a lot of time in my wife's homeland, the Reaper's March, so the unusual fauna here must have spooked him a bit.
Our family is back together. I can...
For the spirit of the Chaos times, when Mer were beast, bird, and tree all.
Love when I find another away shrine.
Are you going to slaughter the entire town?
Observed your travels through Grotwood and have need of your particular talents.
I don't speak with outsiders.
You were there? Did Indanir really rise from the dead?
Hello. Is there anything you might need for your travels? I am always happy to do business with adventurers like you. There's really only Rondrin, but he's been retired for a while now.
How can I help? I'm listening. Is there something I... Some say gold can't buy happiness. It seems to me they just don't know where to shop.
Come, do your trading.
If you are looking for custom jewelry, you should know I'm retired. My amulet! Tell me, did it do its work? Did the Argonians suffer? The brigand who killed my son! It took all my resources to make that amulet and track him down. You see, I'm not a strong or violent man, but I do know my craft. That amulet is my master. It magnifies the guilt of taking a life, slowly overwhelming the wearer with grief until he takes his own life. It's a little bit of poetry, if I do say so myself. Although, it's been so long, I was beginning to doubt it worked. What? That can't be! You're lying! The Argonian sent you, didn't he? This isn't right. This person obviously did not deserve to die. What have I done? Give me the amulet. I made it impossible to give away, but I created it, so you should be able to give it to me. I thank you for bringing me closure on my son's killer. It's my turn to wear the amulet now. If anyone is guilty, if anyone deserves it, it's me. I created this abominable object. It's only fitting that I am destroyed by it. It's justice. Oh, gods! How was I so blind? My revenge only brought more pain into the world. I guess death is a poor substitute for justice, after all. You're right. I must end this diseased cycle. I must destroy the amulet. Never again! It is done. No one shall ever suffer at the hands of this accursed creature. No one else should suffer my folly. Thank you, and please take this for your troubles.
There's always something new to learn.
Mind the furs. It takes hours to come out the snarls.
If you're looking for a handout, keep looking. I have a hard enough time keeping this mangy dog fed. Let me guess. Orenal sent you to let me know he'll be on his adventure for another few weeks, yeah? He's... what? He's dead? How in Ifre's name did that happen? Orenal's dead? I can barely believe it. My cousin always did crave adventure, but he was always so careful. I never thought... No matter. I suppose I have to. I'll admit, the mutt's more useful than most. She at least keeps the rats at bay. Besides, I don't think it...
Hold. We've observed your travels through Grotwood and have need of your particular talents. What do you want?
Someone put the flying books to rest in the relic.
Hold. We've observed your travels through Grotwood and have need of your particular talents. Hold. We've observed your travels through Grotwood. Our eyes are everywhere in Grotwood. We've fixed them upon you for some time. We're in need of an outsider. I'm privileged to be a Vindusk Ranger. We report directly to King Camorin Eredon, ruler of the Wood Elves. We protect his rule against... Our eyes are everywhere. I'm privileged to be a Vindusk Ranger. The Black Sap Rebellion, for one. Though nearly broken at the Dominion's formation, its last remnants plague Cormount. With your help, we can finally end our civil war. If you're agreeable, give me a moment to open the portal. There you go. Quickly now, enter the portal. The portal transfer is complete.
Good. It's who we've been expecting. Cormount is where the Black Sap Rebellion began. With your help, Cormount will be where it ends. After General Andare broke their backs, we pacified the remnants of the Black Sap. Every rebel in Grotwood knows our faces. But not yours. Your anonymity allows you to get close and capture their leaders. The Black Sap hate the King, but they have less love for the Dominion. We know they're planning something. Given their methods, it'll be loud and bloody. Goranir is strong as an ox and just as proud. His brother Lorchan seems to have more eyes in Grotwood than we do. Nothing we didn't know already. Gelthior is the King's cousin, so we're forbidden from using harsher methods. More's the pity. If you care to question him yourself, do so before you leave. You won't return here unless his sons are in hand. Meet with Trethane Eardel, our agent in Cormount. It took months, but she... Once you've departed, for Ainur will seal the portal. None must know we'll hold... You hear that, Gelthior? It's the last of your rebellion collapsing upon itself.
Come to mock the rightful king of the Wood Elves. Go on, then. Not answer me, you traitorous dog? You aren't one of Mayros' killers, that's clear. Since his ascension to the throne, The King's attempts to renew our lands shows how soft he is on the Green Pact. My people need a ruler who understands the ancient compacts aren't to be discarded. As second in... Our ancient compact with Ifre brought splendor to the Wood Elf people. Yet this king's own Vindusk Rangers are exempt. I've seen them eat roots from the... Of course I did. How better to reaffirm the Green Pact, to keep the High Elves out of Graupwood. But General Indari ended the Black Sap when she slaughtered us at Cormount. I fear my sons can't see the rebellion is over. It's why I hope you capture them. The Dominion's great hero, a traitor, and you to have stopped her? If this is true, my sons would know. If you can convince the Black Sap you ended the Jade Butcher's reign of terror, you can get close enough to my sons to capture them. If the full weight of the Dominion gets involved in a local rebellion, my people will suffer. I'd rather use the Dominion's tools against them. If Lorchon knows I'm alive, he'll come peacefully. He's pragmatic and not the type to waste his life for a lost cause. Goronir is another matter.
Say the word, and I'll open a portal to Cormount. Once you pass through, it will seal behind you. If you have anything to do before you leave, I'm the Vindusk's Master of Portals. I've spent most of my life studying their magical intricacies. I've developed my own types. Say the word.
It doesn't matter if you think you saw Nathras eat a potato. I can't do anything without proof.
Thank you, Trethane. I won't have my good name sullied by this fanatic.
A year ago, we'd have buried him up to his neck for blasphemy.
Enough! I've given my ruling. Now both of you, please get on with your lives. I don't want to hear any more of this. Yes? How can I help you? I'm sorry you had to witness that. I knew Cormount citizens were zealous about the Green Pact. Yes, Farina said I'm to support you in tracking down Gelthior's sons. We'll start with Lorchon, the Black Sap spy master. If we capture him first, his brother Goronir will be without eyes. And before you ask, I lost... The Black Sap rebellion started here. It won't surprise you to learn Cormount citizens provide food and gold to the remnants. They use special phrases to arrange meetings. If you know the phrases, you can get to the remnants. The phrases change weekly. Definitely the work of Lorchon. Lucky for you, I've done the scut work. You'll find this week's phrases in the journal next to me. I leave it to you to work out which ones to use. The Black Sap protects its own. I can't imagine they'll be happy. You'll see a list of known sympathizers in the journal. Approach them, and use the right phrase to set up a meeting with Lorchon. Everything should be in the journal. Be careful. Cormount has been crawling with Black Sap.
everything you see comes from something I killed myself. In Cormount, we use what we hunt. You killed the Jade Butcher? All of Cormount will thank you if it's true, but I don't know any Lorchan. Head to the Butcher's ground. He'll be there when he's ready. We won't speak.
What the hell? I didn't have to do the poem thing.
Have you secured a meeting with Lorchan? Of course. It's where General Andare cut down most of their forces. The Jade Dragoons struck at night, from all directions. The Black Sap never stood a chance. They tried to surrender, but General Andare had ordered her soldiers to cleanse the area. Seems the Jade Dragoons... No good reason, I'm sure of it. But we don't have a choice. If Lorchan shows up, you'll need to capture... Here, these were Galthior's rings. His sons will recognize them immediately. As soon as Lorchan puts it on, he'll be transported to the hidden prison. One of Farina's more devious enchantments. He's still calling himself that? The boy needs a hobby. He once proposed we use his portals to send the contents of our latrine into a Black Sap camp. The perfect... We need Lorchan and his brother. See if you can get him to talk about where Goronir is hiding. You have a ring for each brother. Once you've captured them both, Farina will find you. And if we don't meet again, it's been an... Now back to my mind-numbing duties. Good luck out there.
You know the hardest thing about riding this fast? The ground. I am not afraid of you. Nice haul.
I see my Black Sap are no match for you. Every night since the massacre, I've dreamt of the horrors the Jade Butcher brought to Cormount. It seems fitting to meet the one who brought her to justice on the very spot she slew the Black Sap. I wonder, will I have nightmares? Are you? I admit, I'm not one for direct confrontation. That's more Goronir's style. I've long preferred to fade into the background, which I'll do unless you have anything of value to say. Alive? He's been missing for the better part of the year. Everyone thought him dead. I've long suspected he lives and have an inkling of who holds him. Tell me the name of his jailer, and I'll know if you speak the truth. I see. Very well, I wish to turn myself in. Take me to my father. If he's alive, the Black Sap Rebellion needed my family to begin, and now it lives in the heart of the people. It will flourish in time. But I'd rather be at my father's side when it happens. I did surrender, yes? My brother is in a cave on the other side of Cormount. Good luck reaching him. He has many soldiers at his command, and he's not much for talking before acting. And you should hurry. As I said, he's not much for talking. Sometimes not even to me. I do know how much he loathes the Jade Butcher, and that he wants to repay the Dominion in kind. I told you where to find Goronir. Now, to identify me as your prisoner, so the Vine Dust don't kill me on sight? Very well. I'm ready to go when you are. How unexpected.
Now, pull him through.
Courage brings victory. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm well on my way.
Guards, stand down! If the intruder made it here, you'll be just another notch on the scabbard!
That's definitely Sheergorath's voice.
Are you with the Vindusk Rangers? The Justiciars? The Fighters Guild? It doesn't matter. I know. Justice! Queen Ayrenn invaded our land and killed our people! All in the name of the false king Camoran Eredorn! The only justice is in the soil, where her Jade Butcher slaughtered our people! And now, that very soil will rise up to take back what is rightfully ours!
Like, the voice isn't even, like, they're not even trying to be different from Sheergorath.
Our constructs already rise to take back Cormount. Those who follow the Green Pact will see the forest rise against the Dominion invaders, fitting revenge for the Jade Butcher's work. Ifre's children loathe the outsiders who pick away at the Green. Until the Blacksaps sit on the throne in Eldenroot, Grahtwood itself will rise against the invaders. They weep for Gelthior. The death of my father drove them to this. You can't stop anything. It has already begun. The Dominion camps will know the pain and fear General Andare brought us one long, bloody year ago. I only regret one thing. I hope to end the Jade Butcher myself, to honor the memory of my father. Lies! Our best sorcerers spent a year searching for any sign of him. But there's no trace. My father is my father's ring. I took it from his bedroom when I was a child. When he found out, he boxed my ears. This proves nothing. Only that you may have slain my father before you came for me. You have Lorchon as well? It doesn't matter. The Dominion camps will fall to our constructs, and the people will rise behind the Blacksap. I won't listen to your lies about my family. All right, lead me to my father.
LOL.
For glory! done.
Black Sap are finished. We're at the West Bridge. Come, join us.
Our hero returns. For Rhino, open a portal. Meroth wants to speak with our friend.
How the fuck did they get up here so fucking fast?
Well done. You fought like a Vindusk Ranger.
Meroth wants to speak with you. I've opened a portal.
Well done.
Meroth wants to speak with you.
If rumors are to be believed, you saved King Emmerich's life. Quite an honor.
Always fucking something.
Something I can do.
Meroth wants to speak with you. I've opened a portal. Step through whenever you're ready. Meroth wants to speak with you. I've opened a...
There's something wonderful about wandering
Too
city
old,
streets
my
with no
tusk.
destination.
I'll show him too old. What's this? Another stranger strutting into my town? Perfect. They'll probably give you the Me? No. Why would I be frustrated? 10 years as town constable, and the mayor just up and decides to fire me the other day. Can you imagine? Says I'm getting too old, and the new... That's the thing, no one even knows him. Gavindian, that's his name. He and his bailiff sauntered into town last week, and now he's constable? Something smells wrong. Say, think you could... Sad times when I have to rely on a stranger. But I do appreciate you asking around. The mayor, the jeweler, the miller, they're all acting strangely. You have to understand, I've known these people for years. Shared drinks with them, gone fishing. I thought we were friends. Then all of a sudden, the mayor fires me. And now no one even has 2 words to spare. To me, that's strange. My drinking? By Moloch, no! I haven't had a drop in years until this happened. I quit a long time ago, after I woke up with a skinny little wood elf in my bed. As for today, this is my last drink. Well, maybe one more. You have to...
Do you think the mayor fired a Gazu because she's an orc? I do. And if that's where this town is headed...
There is no choice in the matter. The constable says we need your wagon and your horse.
But what will I do?
If I can't haul grain, I can't make any coin. My family will starve.
Have you forgotten? You do want us to keep your family safe, do you not? I suggest you close your mouth.
What in oblivion do you want? Unless you can haul it yourself, don't tell me you have a load of grain that needs to be ground at the mill. The constable's deputy just confiscated my damn wagon. Look, I don't know you, and I don't need you meddling in my personal affairs. I'm not looking for trouble, and I'm not saying a single damn word about the new constable. You'll mind your own business if you know what's good for you.
Well met, traveler. What brings you out to Fell's Run? You know about Aunt Dulza? How? She's been missing for over 20 years now, ever since she set out to Craglorn to deliver a shipment. Steel and stone. We all suspected it, of course. Aunt Dulza was stubborn as a pack mule when it came to deliveries. When she never arrived in Dragonstar, still, can't help but hold on to hope sometimes. What? You managed to recover the Gro Morkel clan's ancestral sword? Let me see that. By Moloch's jawbone, it is the sword. Returned after all this time. Another reason we knew... This means more than you know. The Gro Morkel clan had all but given up finding this sword again. Now we can finally return to Orsinium with our heads high.
Welcome to Fell's Run. Normally, we'd welcome you with open arms and throw a feast, but not this year. We had a terrible harvest, and times are hard. Might be better if you moved... She caught you out at the edge of town, eh? She feels betrayed, I know. I hope someday she understands. The last thing I wanted to do was hurt her. My wife and I both have always... My wife? Oh, she doesn't exactly know. Well, she's been sick. Yes, she's sick. Hasn't left the house for days. Poor thing. Yes, I should actually get in there and check on her. No time for idle gossip. Take care now. I think perhaps it's best if you go ahead and close up the shop early today, Lady Mondori. In fact, why don't you go ahead and do that now?
Yes, Constable Gavendir. I'll close up right away. Just don't do anything rash. Oh, hello there. You must be new in town. I'm sorry, but the jewelry shop is closed for today. Constable I think he's worried about security. Yes, with the rumors of bandits robbing people on the road, we have to be careful. There's supposed to be a big parcel of amethysts coming in from the mine, too. Gods, I hope it gets here. Strange? No, nothing. Nothing at all. Why would you ask? Oh, well, there's Gaspar. He's a little soft in the head. He's run out of town and refuses to come back. I worry about him. He really should go back home.
No, I'm not coming. No, I'm not. Don't even ask. I'll come back, but only when Gaylord says it's safe. Yes, that's right. Only when Gaylord says. Gaylord is my friend. He looks after me since my parents died. Gaylord said it isn't safe in town. No. Constable. Gaylord recognized him from Daggerfall. Said he was a bad man. Gaylord went to meet the constable. Gaylord went to meet the constable in the constable's new house. Just there, to the south. Used to be the fisherman's house, but the constable took it. The fisherman just went away. I hope.
Let's ride.
Oh, my head is pounding. 3 loaves of bread and I'm still foggy. I don't care what happens. Remind me to never drink that rum posset again. You were asking around town, though, about that hostages? I knew those bastards were up to something. Damn. Constable Gavendian just left here with Lady Mondori. Bailiff Sagabar's still upstairs, though. We should try. Well, I bought this sleeping draft so I could sleep off this headache, but I guess I won't be napping now. Take it upstairs and find a way to distract Sagabar. Slip it into his drink. Then follow him into his room before he...
What do you say? You interested in having a bit of a laugh?
Look, I have just about Oh, sorry. I thought you were that lecherous bailiff again. He tries to grope me every time I bring him a drink. Gall and pox, of course not. I'm a barmaid, not a strumpet. Besides, I know his type. He may talk sweet, but get him behind closed doors and he turns mean. I try to avoid.
What do you say? I developed this little trinket to summon a Banekin. I thought it would impress the Archmage, but instead it got me kicked out of the Mage's College. I was thinking of testing the trinket here. You know, to frighten someone and have a laugh. Here. I was thinking the barmaid. But if you're crazy enough to try it on the bailiff, all the better. Depending on how it works, maybe I'll...
Yeah, I'm not gonna make the woman who's being fucking sexually harassed, sexually entice this fucking pig.
I do not understand why this inn is so popular with travelers. The beds are like rocks and the mead tastes like the sweat of...
You know, I've been drinking at this inn for years, and I always sit in the same chair, right over there. But that bothersome new bailiff made me leave. No, not me. I'm not what you'd call a brave man. When someone insults me, I much prefer...
Oh, sweet Tuwaka, save me. It's a Banekin. Suddenly, I don't feel so well.
There's no shame in having once been a thief. The sin is remaining a thief.
Now that my skull's stopped pounding, I'm ready to crack someone else's. Did you find anything in that Redguard's room? Do we know where they're holding the hostage? All right, we've got to go get them. That's the most important thing. Did you find anything to explain why Gavendian went to all this trouble? He didn't do it so he could just steal my job, did he? Then maybe I should stay here and rouse the bailiff. My head's clear, but my legs are still wobbly. You go to the old mill and free the hostages, while I drag Sagabar to the stocks. He'll tell me what they're planning, one way or another.
Circle around! Move to flank!
Never content to rest on your laurels. I admire that.
So, we're going to live? I thought those men were going to...
I can't wait to see my father again. I hope he's all right.
Praise the Eight. Did you kick that stupid thug's teeth in? I don't know what was worse, being held hostage or smelling that ruffian's breath. What about the robbery, though? Did you stop them, or did they get away? You didn't know? That's why they were holding us. Gavendian was waiting for Loraviv Mondori's big amethyst parcel to come in. He was holding the three of us hostage to keep the town in line. Hours ago, that thug Bullzog was actually going to execute us if he didn't hear from that crooked constable soon. You really came just in time. We should hurry it.
Damn bastard.
We did everything they told us to, but somehow we still...
My husband and the others did what they thought was best. Who knew?
Poor mother.
They were using my mill, the bastards. And look what they did to the port.
Poor Reuben. How will he ever get along without it?
Damn bastard Gavendian. Did it all for the jewels. And got away with it, too. Yeah, he got me good. I'll survive, but he cut Loraviv's throat. He didn't have to. He just did it to prove a point. I thought I could be cruel. I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe if I hadn't confronted him, he wouldn't have killed her. At least the hostages are all right. We can't let that maggot-eating bastard Gavendian get away with this. Old Sagabar wasn't so tough after he got into the stocks. He told me where Gavendian went. What I want to do is go after Gavendian myself. But that's not going to happen anytime soon. And I don't want him to slip away. If you're...
Calm down. They're dead.
How many of you are there? Seem to be making...
It's never a mistake to help others. One of the most important things you can do in this life is to let other people know they're not alone.
There's always a hero in every town. They always come after me, and they always die.
You were the one who slipped that draft into my mug, were you not? I cannot believe I fell for that. This isn't right, you know. It was the oppressiveness of Redguard.
Sagabar and I were just making bets on whether you'd return. Looks like Sagabar's a two-time loser. Did you do it then? Thank you. I suppose it will do little to console young Reuben, but at least we can give Lady Mondori a proper funeral. I got my job back. The mayor's even increased my wages. You have my gratitude. By Moloch, you have the whole town's gratitude.
cities are as alive, fickle, and uncertain as people. Some are good, some are bad. Some give you gifts, others rob you blind.
Friend, I need your help.
Another day, another infernal hailstorm.
If you have any experience with jails or escapes, I could make use of it.
I couldn't endorse infernal conditions.
There's no time. Information. The ice. Don't trust them.
You there. What did that fugitive tell you? Who are you? Another spy? Assisting a fugitive is a crime in Hafingar Hold. Unless you want to find out how we deal with traitors and spies, tell me what he said to you. Lucky for you. If he had told you any seditious lies and you decided to keep them from us, you'd have been in real trouble. Don't stick your nose where it doesn't belong. Solitude doesn't take kindly to instigators or Go on. Just remember, I'll be keeping an eye on you.
Let's hit the trail.
Let me guess. You found one of those... The University of Gwylem's most prestigious historical society. An invention of our university's founder, Chirain Fyre. Admission to the circle begins easily enough. Just place your hand on it. Impressive. We rarely... Well, well, well. In a hurry, are we? We'll teach you to use the eye in due course. First, do you vow to uphold an excellent decision? Mastering the eye is no small endeavor. But with Gabriel... Now then, we should begin your education in earnest. I suggest you speak with Gabriel Bennett downstairs. Speak with me again, because I'm not a mage. Don't make a face. I never said I possess the aptitude. We all contribute to the circle in our own way. Not just writing. Few can match my knowledge.
Oh, it's you. What? Thanks. Well done. Now fix your eyes on the center and the corners of the lens. Then turn your focus inward toward the facets in the glass. Concentrate, and the facets should merge. Unifying the lens into a single pattern will perfectly attune the eye. But you only need to reach the foci to gain a rough idea of the object's location. If you lose your focus, just try again. I'll meet you in the courtyard.
I don't care what you say. The killer installed...
Looks like this is the spot. Time to excavate the antiquity. Remember to move cautiously. Use the right tool for the right level of excavation, and don't rush yourself. Even careful digging can result in an unsteady dig site, so be mindful of its stability. There you have it. That's the trick.
Welcome back. You have a great deal of work to do, Enter. Oh, I couldn't.
Let's hit the trail.
Step back! I'll do it! I'll stab you! Huge. Take bro.
Right behind you, partner.
King's Aegis needs your help. Sea giants and vampires are everywhere. You look sturdy enough. Vampires and sea giants have invaded. Like I said, a fleet of sea giants and vampires storm the island, bent on slaughter. Gather some stout allies and take this boat north to the island. Once you arrive, Kine preserve you, friend. With your help.
Let's ride.
Pleased to see you in solitude, stranger.
Sure, bones, it gets worse each day. My mother's cousin says her neighbors disappeared.
Lyris Titanborn. Your reputation is known even here in the West. Is this one of your famed companions?
No, but I assure you my partner is one of the Skald King's best.
Eastern and...
Yourself, partner?
My deepest...
We don't.
Did you hear? The Green Serpent signed on with some noble wizard. Calls himself the Ascendant Magus. I think they were involved in the trouble in the jungle.
Aren't the Green Serpents involved in most of the trouble that happens in the jungle? The guild requests...
That's it. Are you hurt? That was easy.
I'm sorry, little baby crabs.
Oblivion take you! Sheath your weapons. The battle is won. The day will be ours! That's got it!
We're not done with you yet.
I love cities. The rude people, the noise, the chaos. Is it strange that I find it... Victory is cruel, but defeat is worse.
How's your granddaughter?
Shipped out to South Beacon with her patrol. My daughter is so happy she survived.
suppose. No remorse! Never content to rest on your laurels. I admire that.